Okay, quick Wednesday morning radar update. So, little gap up this morning. Gap's filled already. We'll see where they want to take these markets into the US Open. Still not much to look at really out there, but the best sector at the moment continues. Best looking sector continues just to be, this consolidation in oil. It's come into sort of the little circle marks that the mean trend, and after it traded mean trend, I started to nibble at a few stocks as well. So still oilers are the though I'm not holding much, I'm holding oilers being the main sort of makeup of my portfolio. Let's just quickly jump into today's volume leaders and see what's in there. It is 10:18. We should have traded 25% to be on average volume this morning. We've got quite a bit on volume actually in the larger caps. Hang on a minute, I've just got to alter some screens. Yeah, not bad in the large caps. A few investment trusts, aerospace, oil and gas, and a smattering of other things. Let's just go and have every day we have a look what sectors are in play, and we start to see new sectors hit the screens. And like when oil and gas first started to hit the screens, you don't know whether it's going to turn into a sector move, but then you start to see the leaders start to culminate the sort of the screener I use, and then you start to believe a little bit more. And that is how it works. Simple as that. Sounds so simple. As we saw with the solar stocks and the renewables. Gap down on Drax yesterday. I don't, news-based gap. Still in a primary uptrend, way out of the base. It's for a boring old stock, it's 80+% out of the base. SSE, that's got to be a news-based gap as well on that one. Still in an uptrend, not the type of stock you look for as a growth stock, is it, But we're just getting a feel for what's in the screens today. And then we jump to the small caps and see what's in there. ENQ, little mini base there. Hunting, just consolidating that huge move. Not a favourite of mine. Serica. So we saw it on the screens last week. It looks like it's just a little bit of back and fill. I'll just go back to Serica because on a smaller time frame, a daily time frame, let's just go through the time frames, monthly. I mean, let's just be realistic. It's way out of the base from where we first looked at it, and get 200% more. We got the first retrace here. The first deep retrace was here, and it's 150, 140, 130% out of that sort of pullback area as well. And then we got this other base here, and it went on a 50% run out of that base. So we've got a pullback here. I've got the weekly up there. I'll just put the monthly up. A little bit of distribution came into it, but just remember this monthly low is the one what's in charge really on a monthly sort of time frame. Weekly, we're working, we've got distribution and we're low volume consolidation, and that is the level what you'd be looking for if you want to buy, if you think this has got another leg. Above here would be bullish, wouldn't it? But it might do a swing day before then. Just throwing out the bullish case for that one. I know it's way rear view mirror. So far in the rear view mirror, we can't even see it at my site. So always be aware. If you're long, you stay long, don't you? Until you get knocked out. Into the small caps, 10, 20, 23, 25% to be an average volume. I just have to adjust my screeners every day now because there's an issue with ShareScope. Moving on. Prem. So yeah, you know, we looked at this level here and we said this is what we call a base with supply, and it could mutate into a bigger base, and it did. You know, you'd be looking for a nice little ledge here rather than in, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. It's structurally, it's fine, isn't it? I'll just note it's this is the first time we saw it down here. Off it went. This was a base with supply as well, so it went pretty fast out of that one. So, you know, consolidation. It's been consolidating for a year. Guess what? It is what it is. Reward to risk terms, that first one was fantastic though. You know, I would have been on that kind of stock, I would have been paid. Anyway, we see it. Maybe it'll build a ledge here. Looks like you've got gap risk ahead. Always know your earnings dates, especially if it's not a, you know, got guidance and it's a high on the growth risk list. Too much information, I know. And GKP, covered this one in detail as well. We had a little base a while back as well, didn't we? It's, you know, it's amazing that was how long back that was. Went on a nice little run though, didn't it? So yeah, you know, we looked at on reverse vol base, ShareScope tutorials, you know, highly likely to see a pullback, early pullback, and it did. Iofina, yeah, not really for me, but I know a few of you are riding it out there. Nothing wrong with that either. I know it's pretty thin numbers, but it's high on the growth list, I think. Don't quote me on that. Rear view anyway, unless you got it on board, I would say anyway. So that is this morning's volume leaders. We're just, you know, we're cruising still, aren't we? And we'll see what turns up. Interesting levels in the markets at the moment. You know, it's not long ago I said let's see. You know, after this bounce in the well, in all the markets up to, you know, the falling trend, I said let's have a look and see what the bears have got, and the bears whacked us back down and put more time in front of us, didn't they? You know, we were hoping, you know, the bears didn't have much and this based out. Hope, you know, doesn't even come into my methodology, but, you know, obviously the bears won that battle. Same again, see what the bulls have got when we get a short covering rally. One will happen, they always do. When we get a short covering rally, then we see what the bears have got, and that will set up the market again. You know, at some point it will stick. It always does. You know, could be soon, could be later. I don't know. Don't have a crystal ball. I've got one, but it's playing up. So we will leave it there. Okay.